Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advanced, and this is a game from Fide, World Rapid and Blitz, and this game is played by none other than former world champion Vishwanathan Anand, Sir Vishwanathan Anand, and then we have Jorden Foreest, and this game is just brilliantly played by Vishy, and Vishy saying that he's still in a great shape, and he's definitely going to beat every single one of the players that can come, even Magnus Carlsen. And this game just shows you, because here this is a beautiful game played by Vishy, and maybe it's just Vishy's Immortal, because here I cannot tell you about it, and I'm just going to show you. So here, without further ado, let's start with this game. Here, e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, and we have bishop b5. We go for the rule Lopez. We have a6, Morphy's defense. We have bishop to b5, but just knight to f6, and we have d3, b5, and just bishop to b3. Knight to c5, c3, and just d5. We have e captures, knight captures, and just castles. Knight bd2, we have f6, and we have a4, just challenging those pawns. And you could trade, but not really, just bishop to a7. And we have this knight to e4, king to h8, and just this rook to e1. When you have the spin, you always want to be extra cautious and move your king out way well before, because if that knight gets trapped there, it's going to be very much difficult, and you're definitely going to lose a piece. So here, bishop to e6, just challenging that bishop's diagonal, and we have this h3, but now just this bishop to g8, just getting that bishop all the way back there, no further threats. And we have this knight to g3, but just this b4, just pushing further on. And Vishy is saying that he's definitely ready for an attack. We have bishop to d2, but just this rook to b8, and we have bishop to c4, knight to a5, but just this bishop to a2. We have c5. Now definitely Vishy is piling on with the threats, and we have this knight to e4, bishop b captures, and just c4. We have d captures, knight to c7, and we have this c5. Bishop captures, just trading a pair of pieces. And you could trade queens, but there's no point in trading queens so early on. Here, queen to d5, but just c4, just attacking the queen. And you could capture, but then just you get easy development in, and you don't want to do that. So here, knight caps on c4, but just this bishop to c3, asking Jorden is asking for a queen trade, and Vishy just goes rook f to d8. I mean, you want to trade queens, you're going to trade it on my terms. So here, the best move for Jorden was to actually go for this trade. Queen caps on d5 is the best move in the position, and the one that keeps Jorden in the game, because after knight captures, you go for rook to c2. That bishop was threatened, so you have to protect it. So king to g8, rook e c1, and now we see a trade. Knight captures, rook captures, knight to a5, but just c6. Now this is definitely a threat, so you have to move the rook out of the way. Rook b c8, knight to h4, just trying to go for this very nice fork, and not that, trying to go for this very nice fork. And obviously, you're not going to let all this happen, but still, the very least, it's still a draw game. So, but here after rook f to d8, Jorden Foreest thought that everything is fine. He doesn't have trade queens, but that queen on d5 is just a bit too strong. Here, queen to e2 was played by Jorden, and his position just falls apart, as you can see in the engine on the left hand side. Here, knight to e6 was played, but just this knight f to d2. Now, knight to e3, this beautiful move here just opens up this attack on this rook, and we have rook to b2, asking for a trade, but here rook captures. And the best move in this position is the one you're going to absolutely hate, which is this f captures on this knight. I mean, this move does not keep you in the game, but just prevents that mate from coming a little bit too early. Here, rook to a2, just getting that rook out of the way, but here bishop to a5. And here after knight captures, we have this knight captures, rook captures, queen back, and you cannot trade this. If you trade this, the knight is going to come in, queen is going to come in with the check, and once the king moves, it's going to be a perpetual, so that's going to be a draw. So you have to be careful in attacking positions like this. If an opponent offers a free piece, you better not take that. Okay, queen to d3, just asking for a queen trade, bishop captures, queen captures, and just knight back to g4. Now if you count the pieces, black is a piece up, and then completely winning endgame. So here, I mean, it's just the best move in this position, but Jorden would have definitely seen that. He would try something, but here nothing actually works. Jorden played this bishop captures rook, but now just this knight captures on g2. Another beautiful sacrifice, and you cannot capture. I mean, if you capture this just completely ends the game right on the spot. So here, after knight caps on g2, Jorden did the only thing that he could. He played this rook to c1, just get that rook out of the way, and it's being attacked, so you have to do that. Here, knight g to f4, attacking the queen, but here just queen captures, knight to c5, attacking the queen again, asks for a queen trade now, but it's just a bit too late. queen back to a8. I mean, this is just such a classy move because here you can see that these bishop and queen are just actually, this is just very difficult. This knight is threatening mate. If you ever move this knight, you're just gonna get mated. And here after bishop to a3 was played, you know that f5 is definitely gonna come in at any moment. So here knight c to d3 was played, just opening up this bishop, and that with an attack on the rook. And it was on this move, on move 33, that Jorden van Foreest resigned the game. And why he resigned, he's in a completely losing position. All of these pieces are messy, and not only that, this queen is nicely eyeing in. f5 is coming, you cannot do anything about it. Even if you try and play for a few more moves, let's say you play something, just get that attack on the rook. Once the rook moves and once you get your rook out of the way, f5 is coming, and there is nothing you can do in this position. You cannot move. If you ask for a queen trade, white will happily trade. Black will happily trade, and after rook captures, you're a piece down in a completely losing position. So here on move 33, Jorden van Foreest resigned the game, and it was spectacular game with a beautiful victory for Sir Vishy'S, showing that he still has that ferocity of the tiger that he is. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming back with another amazing games like these ones. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon.